Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. As you can see today, we've got more real life racing. In fact, my first ever day in a Formula Ford, or F1600 more commonly known in the United Kingdom. Such an amazing car, such an amazing series this is. Commonly known as well as the Formula Ford Festival, the Walter Haynes Trophy. Some of the most difficult racing events to win for any driver, especially the Formula Ford Festival. It's on my bucket list to race and also to win that one. We've got names such as Mark Webber, Jenson Button, Johnny Herbert, all taking part in that historic race. And I really am determined to get on that grid. A lot of you might notice I'm uploading a lot of real life content recently, and that's because I am utterly determined to get back in a real life racing car. I don't underestimate the challenge of it, but I have self-belief and self-confidence that I'm going to work my absolute hardest to make it happen. And this is really the kickstart of me getting back into it. So, when I do get back into a real-life racing car, I promise I'm going to be making as much content to share the experience with you as well, but also use the opportunity to spread good into the world and really do my best, absolutely do my best to spread positivity and also help other people get inspired to go racing. But what we're going to do on this next lap, I'm going to take you on a hot lap of Silverstone. So turn 1, keep it in 4th gear, throw it through the right hand, and you can see the rear is sliding beautiful, small micro corrections on the wheel. Now coming down to Marcus Beckett. Remember, we're going to cut off to the right, so bring the car over to the right, bring the car back over to the left, straight line the braking, use a bit of the curb if you need to, down to 2nd gear. Make sure you pick up a bit of a late apex early on the throttle, use up all the road to the curb, then exit in the middle of the road and bring the car gradually back over to the right hand side, up to 4th gear. Remember, H-padding gearboxes, so when I'm going down the gears, I'm actually one-handed in the braking zone. You can't see it on this camera angle. Brake at the board on the right hand side. I'm down to 2nd gear. See the rear is sliding all around, not much grip on this cold winter day at Silverstone. And now we go down to 1st gear through this hairpin. Now you see, going up the gears, and that is a lap in the dry on Silverstone, and I'm going to have a nice little special feature, and we're going to be going to the rain. See, finishing up the lap, going underneath the Silverstone banner, and now it's going to be wet. And how wet is that? Imagine for me, my first ever day in this car, and look how wet it is. It's basically monsoon conditions, but run the wet line, basically a wall of death around the outside of Copse Corner, get on the throttle as early as possible. You can see it's an absolute river across the track. Typical winter's day in the United Kingdom. Now, make sure you don't actually touch the curb when you're inside here. You can get as close to the white line as possible, but if you go on the curb, you'll lock up your left-hand side tyres and spin off into the barrier. Now, get the car straight on the exit. You can see wheels spinning all the way. The amount of spray coming off that front tyre alone. You can see now I'm trying to follow the wheel tracks of the cars that have been around previously, also my previous wheel tracks, to make sure I don't aquaplane on the straight. Bring the car back over to the right hand side, and now you're looking to brake nice, late and deep. You see car twitching underneath the brakes. So remember, I'm one-handed at this point, and going all the way to the outside. There's a bit of dry patch now. Bring the car back over to the left. You see I touched the curb slightly, and look how much grip that cost me. Now, through a second to last corner, you can see water depth all the way around the outside, trying to pick up as much traction as possible, using the wet lines to the full exploitation possible. Now pull 4th on the short shift really early, because this corner is treacherous. Look how much the car is moving around. In fact, there was a red flag on this day because another car did spin and hit the barrier on that wall on the inside. But, so you're cutting back to the dry to outro this video. But everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow and support my real life racing journey as well as my sim racing career, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. I'm going to be making more honest, true content to be coming with you soon. So anyway, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you for watching. Grazie, ciao ciao.